I have always been here.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Hoorah!
Hurrah! Hurrah! Hurrah!
This
Good
isn't
evening.
Sparta.
No, this is the Ambassadorial wing where we will chuck you down a pit. Good evening, and with that, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Ambassadorial wing. And tonight, we're going to watch something that is truly and epically kick-ass. Zack Snyder's adaptation of the Frank Miller masterpiece, which itself is a masterpiece, 300. And with me this evening, I have got Mr. Londell from Mr. Londell's Groovy Movies. I have got the Zod Rider, except no imitation, from the Zod Rider Show, and Mr. Tim Christ. Gentlemen, and gentlemen, glad you all are here tonight for this watch party. And just a quick little interesting note. Today is International Man's Day. So we have got the perfect movie to celebrate manliness in all its forms. Yes, that's right. We're going to watch a bunch of half-naked men kick other fully clad men's asses. And we're going to watch one man who is clothed in nothing but gold uncomfortably grope another grown man who is...
Judging by the state of the army, they should have sent the women.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
And to the chat, Robert Rose Jr., good evening, sir. Thank you for popping in again. It is a pleasure to have you here. So, with that all being said, I want to thank y'all for being here tonight. We are going to have a blast. I want to thank all of you that will be tuning in. Thank you for tuning in and joining us. For those of you that are tuned in, if you do not have a copy of this movie, which you should, but if you don't, and that's okay, I have included a link both in the chat and in the description that you can watch along with us or anything. So I am going to switch us. We're not going to switch over. We're not going anywhere because you don't. With this, you don't have to. But I'm not going to belabor the point. So I'm going to pop up my little banner here thing. And we are going to begin. So, gentlemen, if you are ready, either with your copies or with the link, if you are there, let me know, and we will get started.
And
let's do this.
We go.
All right. Is everybody there or got your copy queued up?
I'm there.
Yep.
All right.
Queued up.
Here we go. There we go. Oh, man. And I gotta say it, these are some of the most glorious opening credits I've ever seen in my life. Just saying.
Yes, very well done.
Of course, it's a Zack Snyder joint, so it would be.
Yep. Quality on display at all times.
Indeed. Robert Rose Jr. Any John Wayne movie is a man's movie. Indeed. You know, and the crazy thing was the sets for this movie were very minimalistic. But amazingly, the CGI, so well done.
What's nice is I love how the movie just started on cue. Just,
Yep.
like it was supposed to. Perfect idea.
And of course, we got our young Leonidas. And didn't Zack Snyder's son play young Leonidas in this?
Yes.
Thought so. At the time, I did not know this. The first time I ever watched this movie was actually in IMAX, and I was like, "Holy crap, this is beautiful!"
It's an example of Zack Snyder building his children into his image. It's incredible.
Huh.
Yeah. And the thing I love, the look on the mother's face, just perfect.
I don't think that's quite accurate, though.
What do you mean, Mr. Lundell?
Society-wise, Spartan women could be quite fishwifey. One of the worst insults your wife, your mother could hurl at you, but she raises up her dress and tells you, "Too bad you gotta suffer because you can't come back."
And the fun fact is, Frank Miller actually came up with the whole idea of the wolf. That wasn't in the historical text. Leonidas was actually king by hereditary right.
Yeah.
That's the amazing thing about this movie. It's Frank Miller filtered, or Herodotus filtered through Frank Miller filtered through Zack Snyder.
Mm-hmm.
Just so well done.
Mm-hmm. See, but even though Leonidas was king through his heredity, he still had to go through that.
Oh yeah.
All Spartan males did that.
Yeah. Very true. And I gotta say, that wolf, just so cool looking.
Yeah.
And I gotta say this. Even Leonidas, just before he kills it, shows it respect. Gives it a nod.
I mean, the most menacing part about the wolf is those eyes.
I know.
My goodness.
And then the close-up on the moon.
The eyes and the size of the damn thing.
Yeah.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, it's not so much the teeth, because you expect a wolf, an animal like that, to have that kind of ferociousness in that regard, but everything else, oh my goodness. Those eyes are saying so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then, of course, he returns home. And that is like just a perfect freaking snapshot.
I love the snow.
Yeah, I know. The slow motion snow. And then, of course, you've got Delios telling the rest of the army, "And the king, Marta, our King Leonidas." Amazing that the same guy that played Faramir in Lord of the Rings.
Wasn't he in? Isn't he in Game of Thrones as well?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Mhm.
No.
I think
Okay.
I thought he was in one of the Riddick movies.
Oh,
No, you're thinking of Carl Urban.
yeah,
Carl
you're thinking of
was
Carl
in
Urban.
the
Carl
Yeah.
Urban was in
In the
the
second one. The
yeah, he was in
second and the
Chronicles of
third.
Riddick.
Because I know this guy comes back for 300 Rise of an Empire.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that. I probably need to.
Oh, we should probably do a watch party of that.
Yeah.
I'll have to get a copy of it first. Of course, I imagine LDG could probably do it too and everything and have it queued up for us. But I have this one, mate, and I've heard some people say it's good. I've heard some people say it stinks. You know what? I think I
It's
need to make
okay.
up my own mind.
I don't know. I actually really enjoyed it because I felt
Yeah.
like it tied right in with
Yeah.
with this movie. It actually has some plot elements
Yeah.
that
it
are
does.
existing
Oh yeah,
currently while 300 is happening
Yeah.
and after 300. So it's
Mm-hmm.
it's a good movie. It's unique.
Yeah. Well,
And-
they both kind of tie into the actual historical event pretty well.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is just
Yes,
overly stylized.
and Zack Snyder was hands on with that. He just he just didn't direct. It was a different director, but he did.
Yeah.
But he was deeply involved in the second one. So
And fun fact, the guy that plays Leonidas' second in command, he was actually one of the Myrmidons in Troy that fought underneath Achilles.
yes,
Yeah, he was that guy right. Yeah, the guy
Mhm.
there. Yeah, he was. Yeah, Achilles' second in command.
Yep. I can't remember the name of his character, but I do remember that. And of course, we got Lena Headey.
Oh yeah,
Now she was in Game of Thrones, obviously.
I was disappointed.
absolutely.
I was disappointed because the body double, not her.
Yeah. Well, you know, I was just as I was telling as I was saying earlier today and everything. I went back and rewatched a lot of the special features and so on, and they did so much research for this, and they tried to get it as accurate as they could, not just historically, but through Frank Miller's book and everything, obviously as well.
Uh-huh.
But Spartan women, everything they have a historic record. They were able to exercise. They were able to get an education. All those sorts of things.
Yeah,
They were some of the
that's who actually ran the society were the women.
yeah,
Because
and Mary speaking, yeah.
the men spent 99% of their time in military camp.
And I love this because only Spartan women give birth to real men.
Yeah, there you go.
I love that line.
Boom.
Bam!
I love how calm and reserved Leonidas is during this scene. He's very
Yeah.
and he's and it almost gives the messenger a false sense of security and allows Leonidas to to bring it home later on. It's just a beautiful sequence.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Set him up and fuck him up.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. Has it? Athenians.
Boy lovers.
Actually, Spartans were worse about that than Athenians.
Yeah.
Yeah, this kind of creates an alternate take on history, indeed.
Yeah, it does just a little bit. There's actually a channel that I've referenced in previous streams and everything. It's called History Buffs, and the guy did a review of 300, and he he's like, I understand their inaccuracies to a certain extent, but he's like, it doesn't detract from the overall movie.
No, it doesn't.
Well, you're going to have a certain amount of inaccuracies in any kind of movie that relies upon historical events. Just simply because it's a movie, and you have to take some liberties for a lot of reasons. But number one, for the entertainment value too, because a lot of
his wife was in Game of Thrones.
of course,
yeah. We already mentioned that, Tim.
Oh,
it's okay. It's all right, bud. It's all right. No worries.
We were talking about someone else.
Yeah.
So here we go.
I don't really think Leonidas had a Scottish brogue. My queen. My weapon with slavery and death. My words have this motion. No, you should do the same. And he get that look over his shoulder, and she's like, "Do it." Whew. Didn't even use his sword.
Fuck him up, baby.
See, it's because of his disrespect towards his wife that, precipitated this. I mean, I really think if he would have maybe respected the queen, he might not have, suffered the fate that he did at that point.
Yeah, totally.
They might have gone a different way, but
yeah,
I doubt it. This is damn.
I think it was all going down the hole.
Yeah,
it don't matter.
These are Spartans. They were nuts. Okay.
Bye, Persians. Nice knowing you. Hope you enjoy the earth and water down at the bottom of that pit. And I hate these guys coming up. Ugh. Give me the creeps. Make sure pages here.
That was nice.
Ugh. E4s.
How do you get up this frickin'? Oh, now there's stairs.
Of course. And to the chat, an old friend I have not seen in a while, Jen Spender. Good evening, my friend. Good to see you. Or good morning, depending on what time it is over on your side of the pond. I'll pop this up here real quick. 300 is a masculine action film. Although they did not fight with no chest armor, their armor was pretty good for its time. Yes, it was, sir. And Jens, thank you for popping in, bud. Jens, if you don't have a copy of this, you are more than welcome to join us and everything. Just click on the link and you can watch along with us. Timestamp is... I'm just a little bit behind you all. I'm at 15:39, give or take. Who gives a rat's ass about what time of year it is?
Exactly.
Ben Jens, my friend, good morning, sir. Trust the gods. That's true. Diseased old mystics. You're not wrong. No, you're just a bunch of perverts who want to look at a half-naked woman.
Reminiscent of the Oracle at Delphi.
Yep, exactly. Ugh.
What did she actually say?
We have no idea.
He heard what he wanted to hear.
Essentially, yep. Pompous inbred swine. And there's all. Psh. I love the way they highlight the one emissary's eyes and the gold chain on his head. So reminiscent of some of other Zack Snyder's other movies and what he'll do in the future.
Yeah.
Particularly in no, it didn't. Well, it was a Frank Miller movie, but Zack Snyder didn't direct it. Sin City.
And there's Leonidas showing the entire kingdom as family jewels.
Hey, he's the king. In the immortal words of Mel Brooks, it's good to be the king. See, I made a Mel Brooks line work in a Zack Snyder movie. That's how great
Hail
this
to the
movie
king,
truly
baby.
is.
Hail to the king, baby.
Well, I mean, who couldn't be excited by Zack Snyder's aesthetic when it comes to a movie? Even if you struggle with the way Zack Snyder tells stories, you cannot deny that his visual style is second to none.
I cannot disagree.
Yeah.
As I've said numerous times before, he is up there with the greats. DeMille, Wells, Lucas, Spielberg. He's right there with them.
Hitchcock.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah, I would definitely say Hitchcock. Yeah, absolutely. It's not a question.
He has a lot in common with the uniqueness of his visual style in the same way that Stanley Kubrick played around with visual style.
Yeah. Zod, I would agree with that wholeheartedly. Yeah, I never thought of that. Thank you for pointing that out. That's a good point. Yeah, put him up there with Kubrick.
Yeah, the visuals are what drew me to Kubrick in the first place.
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely.
And
I see a lot of the similarities, like where we always say a lot of times where you can pause any scene in a Zack Snyder movie and you've got a piece of artwork. And it's the same thing with Stanley Kubrick, where you can pause any shot in a movie that he directs and you've got a piece of artwork. It's incredible. There are not a lot of directors out there that are like that, where any scene is artwork. It shows a unique talent and an extreme love for personal vision and craft to be able to do that. So,
and it's especially prominent in Barry Lyndon.
Absolutely. That was the movie I was about to bring up. Man, you're reading my mind. That's awesome.
Zod, it would behoove you to have Mr. Lundell over on your channel sometime. This is one of the smartest guys I know, aside from yourself.
Absolutely, I could tell. I mean,
he
hit the nail right on the head there. Honestly, it's so true. Unbelievable. Another movie you could look at with a very compelling visual style would be Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
I mean, visually it's unbelievable, mind-blowing every shot.
Yeah. And can I just comment on two things real quick? The fact that we transitioned from a monochromatic scene or a black and white scene or a modern black and white scene to full color, and it was stunning. And not to mention, we got Michael Fassbender.
Oh, yeah.
Man that has pretty much had a consistently good career. Except for maybe one misstep or two. But even good actors sometimes have that happen.
Oh, yeah.
And here come the stuffy old men saying, hey, you can't go, you can't go. I'm just going for a stroll.
The typical low-life, corrupt politicians.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Theron. And can I just say, Leonidas has truly got a truly majestic beard. Whereas Theron's is patchy and, well, it's just patchy and crappy looking. What can you do?
He's such a snake.
You think?
Moody.
Come back with it or own it.
Yep.
They make great toboggans too.
Tim, you're a mess.
Come on. You can't tell me you've never thought about it. Just in the back of your head, Leonidas riding that shield down 300 dead corpses of his enemies while going after frickin' Xerxes. That'd be fucking hilarious.
That would be hilarious.
Didn't they do that in that stupid parody movie they made of 300?
Meet the Spartans.
What was it called? Yeah, wasn't that? I do something like that.
Generally speaking, I only watch quality films. I don't watch crap, except for last night.
Legolas can ride a shield down a stairwell. Leonidas could ride his shield like a toboggan down a bunch of bodies, man. Hell yeah. and it would be more badass.
Be almost as badass as when Clark Griswold was on that shield in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Ooh, there's another good watch party. I'm already lining up my watch parties for next month
Oh yeah.
in my reviews.
After this, you got to squeeze Gladiator in there somewhere.
Ugh.
Oh
I don't know
yes.
how.
What's kind of funny about this scene, though? Right after he gets done telling everybody, "This was my bodyguard," they all left before he did.
And of course, we got our first shot of the big stinky traitor, Ephialtes.
The only problem is he didn't live forever.
What a shame. Truly. And to the chat, another name I haven't seen in a while, Eastland Burkholder. Good to see you, bud. And he says, no, shield riding, no. Yes. Only real men can ride a shield. It's fun that way. Eastland, if you don't have a copy of this or anything that you're watching along and everything, there's a link and everything both in the chat and the description. If you want to pop in and watch along with us and everything, you're more than welcome. You, Acadian, what's your profession? Yeah. See, old friend? I brought more soldiers than ever. And of course, everybody but Leonidas sleeps. It's not even meant as a burn per se, but it's almost a burn. And there's Ephialtes again. Amazing. Such a minimal set, and yet the CGI looks good.
Yeah.
And this was a 2000s movie and everything, early 2000s. When CGI
I believe it was 2006, I want to say.
Yeah, I think so. Mm-hmm.
That sounds about right.
Oh, poor horse. I love this shot right here. The silhouette and the smoke and dust. Look at the expression on that kid's face. It's quiet now. Their claws and fangs, and they grab them. The gods no mercy. Jeez. Acadians, why don't you just start pissing yourselves already?
Huh.
Mm-hmm. I think I just saw a blonde Spartan. I could be wrong.
Good find.
I do like the friendship between the sergeant's son and Michael Fassbender's character. Watch.
Oh, that is Fassbender. I never realized he was in this movie.
Yeah, that's Michael Fassbender.
Huh.
I think this was the first. I think this is one of his very first big movies that he did. Because the movie that really got him going was X-Men First Class and everything. I love this scene right here. They're all standing in the rain, and he's just got his shield up like. Only he. Only our king. Now, fun fact about this scene, for those of you that don't know, this scene was supposed to be done completely all in shadow between the councilman and Gorga, but they only used like one or two shots of this for this particular scene.
Why did that scene have a sort of Greek tragedy feel to it?
I think that was deliberate, Mr. Londell.
Yes,
Honestly,
because 300 is a tragedy
Greek.
of sorts.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Not really. That's one of the most heroic stands in military history.
Well, you could say tragedy because they all end up dying, even though it's a heroic death and it leads to greater victory down the road. But
Heroic bloodshed, to say the least. But
Yeah.
but not to mention the tragic part is the fact that one of their own betrays them, that being Ephialtes.
Hmm.
I love that line, a beautiful death. And I love that grin on Fassbender's face. And here we go. We got the first of the pompous Persian. Okay, maybe like the third of the pompous Persian butt hits.
Pompous Persian Buttheads. They're a new band. They got a lot of music coming out in the future.
You're welcome. I'm here all week. And can I just say, I love how they've got the other Persians. They pretty much they did to them what Vlad the Impaler did to the Turks.
Yeah.
Robert Rose Jr. Yes, the Alamo before there was an Alamo. Yeah. It should. Our ancestors built this wall using ancient stones from the bosom of Greece itself. And with a little Spartan help, your Persian scouts supplied the mortar. Of course, he says it better than I do. And can I just say, I love the slow motion work on that whip. And they even got the texture right.
That's going to cost you an arm.
Yep. Go on now. Get the hell out of here, Junior.
Then we will fight in the shade.
He says all that, and he comes back with one line and just completely owns him. With a bit short on manners.
Makes me wonder if Leonidas could have found a role for him.
There's always the what if. That's what she said. Oh. Here they come. Guess who's coming?
Long overdue. Yes.
Let's get to the butt kicking.
Formation's my ass. It's just a mob.
What'd you say, Tim?
What kind of formation is that? There's no room to have a formation.
And can I just say, I love the fact that Leonidas is the only one that has a mane on his helmet. It's not as cliched as the old movies, where everybody has a mane. Hey. Malalabe.
And for the next putts.
No, Malalabe means come and get them in ancient Greek. Oh, look, they have horns. Aren't they special?
Oh. You can't help but like Leonidas after that line.
Yeah.
Yep. Give them nothing, but take from them everything.
No one dies today.
Indeed. One guy gets a nick on his arm, but nobody dies. Oh.
Uh-huh.
I just gotta say, Firebear is badass in this movie. Your mother was a Persian goat.
Oh.
Don't hold back.
You know, the amazing thing is they're using bronze swords.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because this is technically still Bronze Age.
Yep.
Those are bronze shields, bronze swords, bronze spears, helmets. Bronze is heavy as hell.
Yeah.
That's why he had to be so freaking strong to shove a spear through a guy, is because bronze is not necessarily easy to make sharp.
Well, Bronze Age weapons were mainly for hacking. They weren't thrust. The thrust part.
Say that again, Mr. Wandell?
They were mainly for hacking.
Yep.
These scenes are some of the coolest in the movie. These fights.
Yeah, I know.
Without a doubt.
And you have to wonder just how wicked a hoplite was with that staff.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the guys and everything, they went through a lot of weapons training, physical training, cardio, the whole McGilla and everything to get themselves in the best possible shape.
Yeah.
And so they can make the fights look good too.
It was a leg.
They look thirsty.
Huh.
God, you would think you've seen this movie before, Ambassador.
I've seen it a lot.
Yes.
I'm slowly being able to get my photographic memory back up to speed. It's taken a while. And of course, this is an extremely quotable movie.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and it's quotable for all the right reasons, unlike Justice League.
I wouldn't know. I've never seen Justice League, except for that little bit that I watched with y'all the other night.
That was the problem, Joss Whedon, with that movie.
Yes.
Joss Whedon isn't a bad director. A bad guy? Yeah, a little bit. Okay. We're not going to get into that here.
Well, no, he's an asshole. Okay? That's the problem.
Okay. You said it. Fight in the shade. And can I just say, I love the fact that they give them that eye shine to make them just look a little bit demonic.
Yes, and it works very well. You totally get that impression.
Mm-hmm. And Robert Rose brings up a good point. Shadiversity is great about weapons and armor like this. Yeah, Robert, I've actually watched some of Shadiversity's stuff. He is very, very good.
Just nonchalantly.
Yeah.
I'm ready to kill a couple dozen more.
Yeah, why not? Let's do this.
Oh, and they form a wedge.
Yeah. First it was a rectangle, now it's a wedge. But I think they knew that they had cavalry coming, so this was more ideal for cavalry. Not to mention the angle that they're at. Waste of good horses. That's the one thing I hate about cavalry. The horses always get hurt.
Well, you guys remember that Michael Camino movie, Heaven's Gate? All the horses that got killed during that movie?
Oh yeah,
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. But I have heard about that. Yes.
It's an epically long, expensive, boring movie.
So it's kind of like
But you know what? It's worth seeing just for the pure spectacle aspect of it.
Kind of like 2001 or Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't categorize it in the same line as Star Trek: The Motion Picture, because Star Trek: The Motion Picture actually does carry the aesthetic of the original series of Star Trek, whereas Heaven's Gate is sort of just a director's delusional thought process into thinking he's like the greatest director who ever lived. Because after Deer Hunter, he thought he could make any movie he wanted, and Heaven's Gate was an example of overindulgence to the max.
Yeah, you actually lose sight of the plot in Heaven's Gate.
Not only that, you lose sight of everything. It's like there's so much in there that just makes no sense whatsoever. Now, I will say that I will give this to him. It's a beautifully shot movie, and it's an expensive movie, and you can tell when you watch it on screen. But that's about as far as it goes. It's all flash, no substance.
Yeah, I couple times I've seen it, I actually lose track of the plot until the end when it's the massacre.
Yes.
That's the only thing that brings me back into what this movie was supposed to be about.
Right.
And I still can't remember to this day what it's supposed to be about.
Right, and you can tell when you watch the film that the actors are bored. So it's
I just realized
that's a problem.
Yeah. I just realized where I saw the councilman before. He played the original Night Owl in Watchmen.
Yeah.
Hollis Mason.
Hollis Mason. Yep.
Okay.
I thought I'd seen him before in a Zack Snyder movie, and it just dawned on me he played Hollis Mason, the original Night Owl, in Watchmen. Did such a great job, really.
Absolutely.
Oh, I have got to do a watch party for that, but I want to get the rest of the guys everything because
we could do. So we're gonna do the ultimate cut that has Black Freighter edited back into the film.
I don't have that copy, and I don't know if LGG could get a hold of it. We might do.
I have it. We can, if you want. We can. I mean, it's no problem. We can stream it. I have it.
Oh, the ultimate cut. I've never seen that.
Okay, great.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, I have the director's cut.
That's the one I have too.
Yeah. I have the. I have that version. Yeah, we can.
We'll talk it over because next month is going to be primarily Christmas content because it's December and I like to try and keep with the seasons. I'm weird that way. Yeah. But maybe January or so and everything we can definitely look into that.
Yeah, that reminds me, I gotta find some hokey Christmas movies for my channel.
It's odd. I just came up with a brilliant idea if we can get. Well, obviously, I know Mr. Lundell and Tim probably be interested, but maybe as a lead up to the release of Snyder Cut, which is in May?
We don't know exactly, but
okay. If we can find out when the release is, maybe once a month we can do a Zack. We can do. Obviously, we've done this one. We can do a Zack Snyder film as a lead up to the release of the Justice League.
Ooh.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
I'll get a hold of Dawson and Enosh and them and see what they think about it. There's no reason we can't be civil. He's chewing on an apple. And here's Golden Boy. Literally. Robert Rose, that's what I've heard. He says the prequel to this one wasn't too bad. Yeah. You must be Xerxes. And fun fact, the guy that played Xerxes was actually is about as tall or maybe a little shorter than Gerard Butler. I'll catch it with you all damn me.
I love that.
That's
I
so
know.
Cool. Yes.
We've been sharing a lot with you today.
He could
We
so
invented
do
the share
Shakespeare.
game.
He could so do Shakespeare.
Who, Gerard Butler?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, hell
He-
yes.
I think he has.
He might have.
Let's see.
I could so see him as Hamlet. Or even maybe even
I
Mark-
would
Mark
have
Antony.
loved a Gerard Butler, but he's a little old for Hamlet now. But
No.
back in
But
his
maybe-
heyday, he could have did him.
Maybe either King Lear or Macbeth.
Oh yeah, Macbeth. Definitely.
Yeah, because we don't want another Mel Gibson Hamlet. We want to keep the Hamlet
You know,
we have.
I don't
Actually,
know.
Mel
I
Gibson
like
did
the
good.
Mel Gibson one, the
Yeah.
Franco Zeffirelli movie. Wow, that was a good one.
Yeah.
And Kenneth Branagh's version was great
Here's
as
a
well.
meme for
Kenneth
ya.
Branagh. No, it's Kenneth Branagh, and then Sir Laurence Olivier, and then about 10 miles below that is Mel Brooks. Or Mel Gibson.
Oh, you mean Mel Gibson?
Yes, Mel Gibson. Sorry.
Yeah.
I
I kind of like the order that you put them in. I still think that the Mel Gibson version is good because Franco Zeffirelli is another brilliant, was another brilliant director. So I don't know. I tend to like all of his Shakespeare
and
outings.
and that's fair, but honestly, Kenneth Branagh he is like the authority, except for maybe Sir Laurence Olivier. Kenneth Branagh has done the best adaptations of Shakespeare's work I have ever seen. Sorry.
Gerard Butler did Coriolanus.
Oh, cool. And here comes the king of all burns. Burn! How is it the Persians can say so much and it's going to be completely owned by the Spartans every single time?
Well,
You've got
it's the same
heavy
reason that
infantry
he left Antony.
defending and light infantry attacking. That's the problem. Remember, these were hoplites. They were heavily armored.
Mm-hmm. We're in for one wild night.
That's a big mortar wall.
You think?
Definitely.
A lot bigger.
Not to mention, it probably stinks to high heaven. Whew. Teeth filed to fangs. Ugh. That's one ugly Persian.
Middle East ninjas.
Say that again, Tim.
Middle East ninjas.
Well, technically, they could have been from China.
I doubt it.
Yeah, they probably didn't know that.
There is no way the Persians would have invaded China.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Not with the way the dynasties worked back then.
Yeah, you're
No way.
you're probably right. Yeah. But still, the design of I love those masks. Those masks are so damn cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say it. If they bleed,
Ouch!
we can kill it.
Drop kick.
Ugh. Jeez. One ugly son of a bitch.
I'm actually surprised they didn't make him into like a Cyclops for this sequence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see them doing that, but
To try,
even Zack
just
Snyder's not going to go
just to
that
try
far.
and just
Yeah.
to kind of be a nod to the tropes,
Yeah. Yeah, but even Zack Snyder wouldn't go that cheesy. Oof! You knocked his mask off. Damn! There's a face only a mother could love. Oof! Spear through the neck.
They're so demonic.
They are so damn ugly. Oh boy. I love this shot right here where it barely grazes.
Duck, God damn it! Swing.
Swing and a miss.
Nice haircut.
Oh, shut up and try and die.
Try and die.
Try it, ugly. I dare you. I double dog dare you, you ugly mother trucker. Jeez. Hmm. Jeez. Would you like a Tic Tac? Oh.
If someone actually pulled out a Tic Tac, I would laugh.
Oh. Well, so much for him.
Ooh.
Close, but no Leonidas.
Oh. Now that's rolling a natural 20.
Yep. Now, they gave you a minute to catch your breath, so show them a little respect.
My question is, why didn't they do a phalanx formation in this fight?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
It's all infantry, whether they're like.
Now we saw that already. That's why.
It still should have been. Yeah, that was really the consistent formation that they used, and they haven't been doing it consistently since they started it.
Ooh, and we pan up, and look who's watching. A man who fancies himself a god feels a very human chill crawl up his spine. He does a better job than me. I'll admit it. But that's okay. And can I just say I love the star field and everything that he's looking at, or, well, supposedly looking at.
Yeah.
So beautiful. I feel sorry for the poor rhino. I mean, it's a cool looking rhino, but still, I feel sorry for it. Oh, nice shot,
more of
Ed.
his own guys than the Spartans.
Say again, Tim?
It kills more of his own guys instead of the Spartans.
Yeah.
I know. Didn't. Man.
It just took that long to realize it was dead.
Yep. But you can't blame him. Or what we would call gunpowder. Damn. Again, another shot you could just pause and take a screenshot of that Spartan jumping over that wall of Persian soldiers.
Oh, bloody hell.
Someone doesn't look happy.
The
And that is
butcher?
one. Huh?
The butcher?
No, Xerxes. He don't look happy.
No, the butcher from Diablo.
Gotcha. What is that?
Yes, because the Spartans aren't killing enough people. He's got to kill some more. That makes sense.
Yep, pretty much. Poor
The
elephants.
only spot.
You almost feel bad for the animals. Okay, you do feel bad for the animals. They didn't ask for this. Oof. That person lost a hand and then lost his life. Damn. Not now. I'm busy. Oh my gosh. And do those guys just have like giant claws on the ends of their hands? Those they do. Some of those guys have just giant wooden claws on the tops of their hands. Does a roll, grabs his sword, doesn't even miss a beat. Astronaut. That was the name of the sun. That's right. Uh-oh. Not good. Not. Oh, boy. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, boy.
That was a clean cut.
Yeah, and here comes a father's rage. You can't blame him.
Oh yeah.
Cannot blame him. I've known that rage. Only once or twice in my life, but I've known that rage. Oh, goody. Here comes the creepy brothel scene.
Oh my God, a goat.
What?
Ugh. I've
A
gone blind.
goat?
I've gone. Yeah, that's a goat. Good thing
It's the goat man.
Jeez. I know it takes. There's all sorts of kink, but geez, Xerxes, you're a freak.
Freak does not come to describe this guy.
Baby, you make me wish I had 3 hands. Sorry, wrong movie.
Your mother. You may be a king, but you're no god.
I want my back deflated. Can can you help with my?
Oh yeah, you're so kind.
Hmm.
It takes no strength to kneel. It takes strength to stand.
Yeah. Which is why Leonidas gave him the ultimate curse. May you
Mhm.
live forever.
Yes.
Yep. Fun fact was actually Lena Headey and Dominic West had worked together, so the scene wasn't quite as awkward for them. You are the antithesis of a
Slime devil.
slime ball politician. Yep. You own Jack.
Huh.
Sleazeball. No, you're barely a man. You may walk like one, you may look like one, but you are not a man. I live, my lord. It's only an eye. Jeez. What a drama queen. Yep. Defiant to the end. It's just I never told them that I loved him most. You know, the crazy thing is, I'm not a parent, but I know exactly how the captain feels. Exactly how he feels. So I'm trying to remember, did Zack Snyder write the script for this, or did he just direct?
I don't know.
Zod?
I know he was involved with the story, but I think he just adapted.
Okay.
I think there was a writer on board, and then he adapted with Frank Miller. But I think he's but I think he was involved with the story.
Okay. I can't remember and everything because I know they took a lot of dialogue from the graphic novel, but I was just curious because this script has an eloquence to it that you don't often see in a comic book movie.
Yeah.
But that just
You're
shows Frank Miller's talent. Although I can't remember, did Frank Miller just draw this or did he write it too? I'm trying to remember. I think he might have done both. A handful stay. Only one looks back. You know, the funny thing is, what he would have actually said. I'll wait.
Yeah, Zack Snyder wrote the screenplay along with a couple of writers.
Did he? Okay. I was just going to say, actually, what Leonidas probably would have said there, either tonight we dine in Hades or tonight we dine in Elysium. Because that was their idea of the afterlife. Just a little tidbit.
Yeah, Elysium. Hades. Yeah, that's right. He probably would have said something about crossing the river Styx as well.
Probably, yeah. These are Greeks, so yeah, probably. Classy lady. Mothers, daughters, brothers. We want to bet this was the scene that got her role in Game of Thrones.
Probably.
And how wasted she was. Jeez. I still need to watch that show. At least the first 6 seasons. I can write my own ending. Says Martin sure as hell ain't gonna write his own.
Yeah, that must be a serious case of writer's block he's got.
Writer's block? Man weighs what? 300-400 pounds? Okay, I'm not trying to be mean here. His fingers are probably too fat for him to type. Quit numbing down on that cheesecake, George, and finish the freaking story. You're not a weaker man. You have no spine. What the hell? And I've got my first Twitter viewer, Truth Apocalypse. Good evening. Thank you for tuning in, Truth Apocalypse. Please, appreciate it. Yeah, Truth Apocalypse. If you want to join us or anything, link is over on YouTube. Oh, hey, Jason. Good to see you, bud. Hey, bud. If you want to switch over to YouTube, I've got the link and everything for the movie. If you want to tune in, watch with us and everything. And thank you for popping by, Jason. Always. Oh. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yes, Jason. It's tonight's 300. Unfortunately, we're coming up on the end, bud. But you're more than welcome to join us regardless. Yeah, he's gonna be holy in a minute.
Makes you wonder, though. I mean, had he taken that offer, he could have eventually killed Xerxes later.
Yeah.
Not their style.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, just from a strategic point of view, I guess, like the Trojan horse almost.
Oh, Jason,
You
that's
have
okay, bud. No, not a problem. I was just saying, if you want to watch along with us or anything, over on my YouTube and everything, there's a link in the description where you can watch the movie along with us if you don't have your own copy. I wasn't actually meaning come on the stream with us, but either way, glad you could be here. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you have to remember now
Mm-hmm.
at this point in history, actually the Greeks were really, really, really messing with the Persians.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They would sell arms to people who wanted to try to break away from the Persian Empire. They
Yep.
trained foreigners who wanted to fight it. So what Xerxes did was basically in defense of his realm. The Greeks were not the total angels in this. Okay, so now it didn't help. The Battle of Marathon did not help Xerxes' cause. Okay, which happened long before this.
Nothing. No. And here it comes. Oh, man. Mm. That you may know your shame.
Huh.
Mm. 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 Told you. Oh, is the God King bleeding? Mm.
And he still took 3 of them with him.
Yeah,
Yep.
I know. They are that hardcore. They are that badass. Mm-hmm. It's meant to our bloodline. Mm. Oh, Jason, I appreciate that. Just wanted to be here and show support for my opinion. A very yep. Can we just stop for a minute and just admire this shot?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
God,
Okay. Uh-huh.
that is absolutely positively gorgeous.
Perfect shot. Yes.
I know. All right. Sorry. Here he is. Hey, LDG, how you doing, bud?
Hey, did I just skip it? Did I just make it skip?
No, I paused it.
Is it still playing where it's supposed to be playing?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, thank God.
I just paused it. I paused it
Nothing
for a minute so we could just comment on that one shot where it's Leonidas in front of the hot gates. No, you're
Gotcha.
fine. You didn't do anything.
No, because I thought I did. I refreshed the page, and then all of a sudden it's back at the beginning. I'm like, wait a second, I'm not the leader, unless I don't know if I screwed it up. All right, cool, we're good.
No, everything's 5 by 5.
Called upon to be the wild card on the Real Review 3000, so I actually had to be in a stream, or else I would have been here earlier. What up, Tim? Todd? What up, Mr. Londell?
What's going on?
Yeah, I had the movie in the background though. Great movie, man. I love 300.
Yeah, cool. Hey, as I said, I review and watch good movies on my channel. I don't. So
Yeah.
at least I try to.
Are we at the scene where the guy with the band? What scene are we at?
We're towards the end.
Or timestamp?
Timestamp is 1 hour 44 minutes going to 145.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at the song. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
She's kneeling before the sun and everything. She's about to put the wolf tooth necklace around his neck.
Oh yeah.
Delios just gave it to Gorga.
It's almost like it's the same wheat fields from the movie Gladiator.
I know, right?
It might very well be.
I don't know.
Oh, God damn it.
Heretic. Remember why we died. Man, oh man. And people say Zack Snyder does not make movies. Well, I say to them, bullshit.
Huh.
Zack Snyder knows that.
Who says that?
Oh, some idiot hacks on YouTube that have no sense of style, taste, or substance, or have a good opinion about anything.
Stop listening to those people. They'll get you in trouble.
I don't listen to them anyway. Bunch of shills and grifters and liars.
Yeah, I think you need to watch the other one. I think you need to watch Rise of an Empire, Ambassador. I think you'll enjoy it.
I want to get. I'm gonna end up getting a copy of it down the road and everything.
Yeah.
So just gotta wait for payday again. Because Black Friday's coming up and everybody and their mother's gonna be having deals.
Oh yeah. And I'm still seriously thinking of a new turntable.
From home.
I need to get rid of my phone.
He got his epic speech in this movie that he should have gotten in The Lord of the Rings. gives you chills.
Yeah. Okay.
Good movie.
Oh man.
Yeah, the testosterone would scare away all the women.
No, it wouldn't.
Modern day women.
Yeah.
Kidding me?
Modern day, yes.
Modern day feminists.
Yeah, don't rule out modern day women because you got women who have
Is Deborah Sire was executive
matured.
producer on this? Right on. Hell yeah. I can dig it. Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Sorry, Enosh, if you're listening or you see this on the replay. All right, guys. Time for roundup. Thoughts, impressions, anything like that.
Well, it was fun to rewatch this movie with you. It was great stuff.
Hell of a guy movie. Okay.
Especially on International Man's Day.
Yeah, what a day to pick it.
And I didn't even know
Well,
until I
it's
saw it
funny how
on Twitter.
They never talk about International Man's Day, but all the other days got to have. We got to have International Donut Day, Sandwich Day. Hear about all that on the radio. International Man's Day.
Well, that's because in today's climate, it's icky to be a man.
Right?
Well,
yeah, I know. You know,
Until the
toxic
trash needs taken
masculinity,
out,
baby.
or there's a bug that needs to be killed.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, God.
You know, this is a general. This is a great movie. I mean,
Yeah.
made by a modern visionary. I think that's a good name because all the other directors that I listed earlier, you know, Wells and DeMille and Kubrick and Lucas and Spielberg, they're all visionaries, and Zack Snyder is in that list of modern visionaries. And I just want to send a quick shout out to a good friend of mine of the channel and everything, Orange Hat Reviews. Bud, congratulations on hitting 600 subscribers tonight.
600.
Yep. Congratulations,
Awesome.
man. And I'll actually be over on his channel tomorrow night and everything. We'll be talking who wins the war of the Hellions. Spawn and Hellboy. So have a good.
Still vote Spawn, man. I'm sorry, Londell. I can't agree
Spawn.
with you there.
Spawn.
Read enough Spawn to know that he's got nothing.
Spawn.
Hellboy's got nothing on Spawn.
Yeah,
We'll
Hellboy
see.
got shit on Spawn.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm still a Hellboy
Forget Spawn.
fan.
Spawn's cape. Forget Spawn. Spawn's cape would destroy Hellboy.
and Robert, let me bring up Robert Rose's question here. Will you have anything lined up for Pearl Harbor Day next month, Ambassadorial Wing? Robert, I might do something for that. I haven't decided.
I'm gonna watch Pearl Harbor, the extended cut.
Yeah.
Nah.
I'll figure out something. But no.
I would go with the
No.
Midway.
Huh?
I would
With
go
Midway?
The original Midway.
I've actually heard the remake's not too bad. It's on HBO Max right now, so that would make it easy to watch. So, yeah, Robert, I'll figure out something. I've got a little time on that. So, but yeah, I'll keep that in mind because next month it's going to be. Let me pop this banner off of here. We're done with the party. I'll definitely I'll mull that over and everything because I do want to commemorate that because I was going to do something for D-Day, but I ended up not doing it. But I don't want to skip Pearl Harbor, so I'll do either afternoons of the Ambassador or something like that. I'll just stream everything on the commemoration of Pearl Harbor. Yeah, but yeah, guys, thank you all for being here tonight. And LDG, I know you had to be over on Chris's channel this evening, and that's fine. I mean, no hard feelings. The problem is
Never.
No matter
Never
how hard
feelings with you, brother.
I know.
Never.
I
I love you.
Cheers.
But anytime I can help out a community or a fellow streamer, whether it be doing these watch parties or helping you, speed up your computer or have any questions you need or even graphic work. That's what I'm here for, man.
And
it's what I'm about.
Yeah. LDG, I think this is your first time streaming with Zod. This is Zod Rider. He is a good friend of the channel as well. I recommend you go check his channel out. He does a lot of good content on his channel. And give me a minute.
I've seen you once or twice.
He's been over on Nerdy in Many Ways and Enosh's, I think. Yep. Yeah. Give me a
I do a lot. I stream a lot with those guys. So yeah.
Zod's good people. Give me a minute.
Pop me a link. I'll sub and check you out. I'm always about finding new channels and seeing what you're all about and checking you out. This is what I strive for on my channel. I wish the algorithm would give a lot more of us that chance and that exposure for people to see people.
Yeah, that would be cool.
How many? That's sub my channel, my friend. That's my goal. I can't tell you how many Ambassadorial Wing has introduced me nerdy in many ways. You even introduced me to Poindexter. And now
he's a great guy too. Yeah,
I'm really pissed off that I have to do that. We have the only way to find new channels is talking to other people, and that when I type something into the damn search engine, that you don't pop up. You know what I mean? And I fight for that cause to fix things because this so-called public forum is a joke, and we need to change things so we can have a fair chance where you pop up and you stand on your own merits, where people will find you, see you, and decide for themselves if they want to sub, not watch you again.
There you go.
Pop a link. I'll definitely check you out.
It's in there.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna pop here.
Public chat. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's in the public chat because I want everybody to go over and give Zod a sub. I'm gonna put yours in there too, LDG, because you just
definitely put that in there, so I can sub to LDG. Yeah,
give me 2 seconds.
Sounds good.
And I'll definitely put Mr. Lundell. I'll definitely put yours in there as well because you two, you're good people.
Oh, I try.
You got to tell me real quick, Zod. Is that what we call you, Zod?
Zod or Zod.
You can call me Zod. You can call me Joseph. You can call me Zod Rider. Whatever you want.
I thought he was going with Almighty Zod or what are the headphones you have? What is that brand? I've never seen those ones yet.
Mercedes.
Big pimpin'. Okay. All right. Double sub. All right. There we go. All right. We'll check you out. I'll check you out totally. Zack Snyder fan, huh? Awesome.
Yes, he is. Does a lot of good.
I have nothing against Snyder. I don't know where the animosity against this man is. If he can fix that,
I don't either. I wish I could find why these people have so much animosity. It's crazy.
It's because of just a select few, and Zod, you and I both know who those few are. In particular,
JWs. It's either JWs or it's people who make money off bitching, and it either or. I don't want to listen to either of those.
Only thing I could think of.
Or real nerds. No, not nerds. I'm sorry. I misused the term. Real geeks and nerds should support. 300 was a beautiful movie. Beautifully done. I you know how many times you watch a movie and the first thing that comes to your head is, I could have done that better. I would have done that better. This is what I would have done. 300.
Yeah.
That thought doesn't even cross my mind when I finish watching 300. Seriously.
Oh yeah.
Don't think I could make that better.
You watch 300. You want to grab a shield and a spear and go hurt somebody.
Exactly.
Well, this is what I say. You either have two thoughts. Either you have one thought that says, I could have made that better. Endgame, Fantastic Four. Should I go on?
Yeah.
Or you have the second thought, I want to watch the sequel fucking
Well,
now.
they did
Okay?
make this Fantastic Four movie, which
That's like the
I
best
think,
one.
which I think is the best
God, you have that?
Fantastic Four movie that they've
It is.
ever made.
It
is
is.
so.
Is that the Roger
It is
Corman
so.
one?
Yes, it is so true to the source material and
Oh my
so
gosh.
real and so
Oh my
it
gosh.
feels right.
man.
it is the Fantastic
We ought to
Four.
do
How did you
we ought to
have
do a
that with
watch
an
party
arm's
for
reach?
that one.
Yeah, well, that's what everybody asks me. How do I have this within arm's reach? And I'm going to tell you why. Because it's a great movie. It's a great example of how to do a movie based on cheesy 1960s superheroes.
God, I don't even remember seeing that.
Oh man.
I have
But
We should do a watch party. I think that would be amazing.
Oh yeah.
man.
I love this movie. I watch it. I actually do watch it a few times a year. It's actually quite good. And this particular Blu-ray version has a director's commentary track, which is gold.
Nice.
I mean,
Nice.
A few months ago I did a stream talking about, it was called Bad Movies That We Love, and we talked about I need to do a part 2 to that. I need to do a part 2 stream for that one, because that was a lot of fun to do. Bad Movies That We Love, part 2. Just call it that. Make it simple. As the old acronym goes, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Bad Movies That We Love, part 2. If you want that, punch a number 1 into the chat. If you want to see me do a second stream talking about bad movies that we love, because there's still a lot more out there that we have not discussed.
Oh, I got a channel full of them. Okay.
yeah. Talk to this guy.
here's another one. I don't know if you guys heard of this one from the 80s, Your?
I have heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Roy backwards. Yeah, this is quite good. It's kind of like it reminds me a little bit of He-Man. It kind of has.
I was going to say He-Man.
Some elements of He-Man. It's a very good movie. I highly recommend it. There's an actual 3-hour cut of this movie out on the internet that is dubbed in Italian only with English subtitles, and it is absolutely fantastic. 3 hours. I mean, I just incredible. But yeah, speaking of bad movies that we love,
Oh man,
that's funny.
That is so. And and Robert Rose brings up a very good point. I'll put it up here. The only Fantastic Four movie yet to get Dr. Doom right. Doom must
I agree.
rule. And there is only one Doom, and he is Dr. Victor Von Doom. We don't speak of the idiot in the ugly mask.
Huh.
Yes, I said it. It's an ugly mask. His theories are crap, and he's an idiot. If you can't figure out who I'm talking about, well, I'll just pop this up here. What the hell? I don't care. Give me a minute. Oh, LDG's
but he's not. But see, he's not Dr. Doom, so we don't even have to compare the two.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta find it. Give me a minute. Oh, wait a minute. No, wrong file. Here we go. In the immortal words of Linda Richmond, talks amongst yourselves. Here we go.
Now, I was just looking up in Google good bad movies, and I found a website that just promotes bad movies that like to be known as good bad movies. They suck.
That's awesome.
Just goes to find you'll find anything on the internet. Be careful.
Come on. There we go. All right, pop over here. I'm going to get in so much trouble, and yet I don't give a crap.
So
Why'd
we-
you have to bring up Dictor?
Because he's funny. Okay, he's not funny, but he's fun to make fun of.
He's a critic. Yeah.
He's
Now,
not a good.
the
Let me-
best
let me-
way to get the good bad movies. Double
Crawl is
feature.
not a bad movie.
Bro,
Crawl is not a
It's-
bad.
It's the other one.
Okay,
Space
what's the other one? I can't see it.
Space Hunter.
Oh, okay.
Space
all right.
Hunter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks pretty
Yeah,
bad.
Space Hunter's pretty. Yeah, is a pretty good bad movie. Yeah. hmm There's so many of them out there, and they're all amazing. Another Roger Corman one. You guys, Star Crash. I think it's like
Oh,
a Star Wars. It's like an Italian Star Wars ripoff.
Oh, I know one. Star
Crash.
Chaser: The Legend of Orin.
Oh no,
Oh.
I really like that movie. I think that movie just recently didn't that movie just recently get a Blu-ray release?
Why would it get a Blu-ray release? That movie is crap.
I think it did. I think it just recently got a Blu-ray release, if I'm not mistaken, because I think I seen which again, yeah, that's another Star Wars, but it's an animated movie, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Animated, and it's a Star
Yeah.
Wars, and it has some Star Wars elements to it.
Elements. They lifted shots from the freaking movie.
Yeah, it definitely has Star Wars, right down to
Now,
certain character designs and such. Yeah.
the Turkish Star
Blu-
Wars. If you've
Not
ever
to
seen
mention-
it.
Blu-rays.
Not to mention
no.
we have.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's okay, Tim.
No, go ahead. It's StreamYard's fault.
Okay, since you see my avatar, I'm a Gundam fan, and
No,
I love my anime.
senior
Well,
models.
I picked up this movie called G Savior the Movie. It's a Gundam 20th anniversary project, and it was a movie that used some American actors, I think, but it was probably the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Mhm.
And I pop it in a DVD player, watching it, and I'm like, what the hell did I just spend like $15 on?
No, that's nothing.
The acting was horrible. The CGI was horrible. And I think this was made. God, when was this made? I gotta look it up now.
Star Chaser, so you know, Ambassador.
Oh.
Star Chaser Legend of Orin is available for free on Amazon Prime.
Oh,
It's
it was
still
a
too much.
1999
That's
Canadian
still too
live-action
much.
television film.
That's still too much money. Nope, I refuse to buy
The
it.
budget was $5 million.
Well, now, Tim, if you really, really, really want to see a very, very terrible movie, the Turkish Star Wars.
I've seen that.
Oh,
Yep,
there you go. Yeah.
that's
is
pretty bad.
Pretty bad does not describe it. Okay. It starts out as a sci-fi movie, goes into kung fu, goes back into sci-fi. Then it's a combination of the two. And
There's also a Japanese ripoff of Star Wars that I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's actually pretty beloved. And it's a very bad movie that wants to be a good movie.
See,
I think I know what you're talking about. I think MST3K ripped it.
oh yeah.
I can't think of the name of it. I think I know. which
Yeah,
one
I
you're
can't think of the
talking
name of it. I have it on my Plex Media server, and I can't even think of the name of it right now to search for it. But I do have it. What's it called? Oh my god.
Okay, here's one y'all probably have heard of: Ice Pirates.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's actually a pretty good movie.
It is.
I mean, to be honest, I enjoy that film.
So do I. I haven't seen it in years. I wish I had a copy. I actually looked it up on Amazon, and you can get it on like Blu-ray because they did a Blu-ray of it.
Now here, I'm gonna put put my Plex in the private chat so you can check it out. I have a lot of these movies that we're talking about right now on there, and you guys are more than welcome if you would like to check them out.
Well, son, thank you. Appreciate it,
Yeah,
man.
no problem.
Truly.
No problem, man.
Yeah, a good bad movie for me was something like Deep Blue Sea. That's on my list of good.
I love
movies.
that movie.
Especially when Samuel Jackson died. I mean, I literally almost choked on popcorn.
Oh, I laughed so hard. First thing we're going to do is we're going to seal this hatch. And then the next thing is I'm going to get my ass ate.
Sam Jackson and the damn Smart Sharks. Okay.
Yeah, and Saffron Burrows, LL Cool J, Thomas James.
What I don't understand, and I've got the version of Star Chaser that Amazon has online. I don't understand why they have it in a widescreen aspect ratio when it should really be 4:3, because as widescreen, it's kind of it just doesn't look right.
Remastered, or is it remastered, or just
I don't know if it's remastered or if it's just they just made it widescreen for some reason. I don't letterboxed or widescreen, but it's widescreen. But my thing is that it should be. I think it would be better if it was in 4:3 aspect ratio. To be honest,
is the image distorted then, or?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It just looks like it's cropped horribly, because it looks like there's stuff that's cut off that you would be able to see otherwise if it was 4:3.
Okay. Most likely it was just stretched.
If it's letterboxed, you should be seeing the full.
No, it's not letterbox. It's widescreen. It's widescreen. Yeah,
it's like a zoom. It's like it's zoomed or something. It probably is.
Yeah, you'll see when you check it out. It
probably does need to be 4:3 then.
Yeah. I think the copy that I have, I don't know if the copy I have is in 4:3 or not. I don't know. Let me just check here. I think it might be 4:3, the one that I have. Maybe not, though.
Where the hell is Goldman at?
But you should be able to play with it with your television.
Sure. Yeah, you could do that, but
probably. Well, how did things go over on Chris's stream, LDG?
Not good, because somebody got disconnected, and I was just watching when it first started, and the person got disconnected, and they were like, "Wild card time," and I happened to be available. I told Chris, "Yeah, I'll come on. Sure, why not?" So I wasn't even supposed to be on this. I was supposed to be on next week, so I just got an extra double feature for me. We had fun. We took over. There was it was mostly sci-fi questions for the most part. No sports questions, no rock question. No, but but a suggestion I made changed the game, where I made a suggestion where you can have this thing called a mulligan. So if you get a random topic, and then they spin the wheel, you have to speak for 5 minutes. You have a thing called a mulligan that you can hand in. You only get one. So you have one mulligan where, let's say you land on a sports question you have nothing about. You can use your mulligan and bring it back 1 minute. So you only got to speak for 1 minute. Okay. But you can use your mulligan to make it from 1 minute to 5 minutes. And I told him, I said, you don't have any incentive, because the way the points go, you don't actually get more points if you use your mulligan to increase your time. I said, so an interesting question landed. And I was like, man, I really would like to use my mulligan and push this time up, but I'd rather keep my mulligan in case the next question is some question I don't want to talk about, I don't know nothing about. So I was like, Chris, if you multiply my time, my score that I get for using my mulligan to go up on time, then I'll use my mulligan. And he was like, you know what? That's a good idea. So we added that to the rules. So for every minute that you go higher to use your mulligan, he'll multiply the random score generator that you get at the end. So I ended up getting like a whole bunch of points for that and doing something cool for the channel. So that was awesome. We had some fun.
Awesome.
Jedi Bill won. And
nice. Of course.
Yeah, awesome. I put up a hell of a fight, though.
Well, hey, was Orange Hat on there, or did he have to? Was he the one that got bumped?
Yes. No,
Huh?
no. Sci-Fi got bumped. His computer crashed.
Oh,
Orange Hat
man.
had some technical difficulties. So I told him, I
does
said, man,
happen.
come on my channel tomorrow. Yeah, so I told him to come on my channel tomorrow morning, and I'll give him some one-on-one to see if we can figure out what this internet issue he's having. And so this is what I do on LDG Pixels when I stream in the morning. It is either to do a quick rant, but I make myself available. So if you have any computer problems, a quick question, a huge problem, or you need something done, hit me up in the morning. That's what LDG Pixels is about. And Pixelate in the afternoon is more of my waiting room where I do a live stream for people to chill.
Sounds awesome.
I gather people between streamers. I promote other streamers. I kick people out. I say, go watch somebody else. Then come back after.
Come to harass me.
I am trying to. I mentioned this before we got started.
What's up?
Goldman and everything did the stream tonight and everything where he was critiquing Mahler's part 1 of his critique of The Last Jedi, and I'm like,
you were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, we were.
I mean, privately, I meant.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm not going to give Goldman any grief and anything. It's his. He can do what he wants or anything. But I'm just thinking, why are you really litigating a case that most people have already moved on past? Like, how old is that?
Because everything goes full circle. Video? That's why.
Huh?
Everything goes full circle, Ambassador. You never know today. Like, one thing that was talked about 2 years ago could be re-emerging today. I'd like to give you an example where that's happening right now, but can't. Right now, we're like halfway through that cycle.
Oh,
you know what? No, correction. We're doing that with Discovery right now. We're learning for the 3rd time in a row, CBS cannot make good Trek. The cycle just keeps going. That's why I named my Thursday streams "The Death of Trek Continued."
It's unbelievable it's unbelievable what they've done with Star Trek. The brand is just unrecognizable at this point. Yeah. It's just crazy.
Though CBS.
Mr. Londell, you might have a heart attack right now.
That's bad.
Today's episode was and I'm saying, I'm going to shock some people. Hold on, buckle up. Today's episode, last night's episode, was the best Discovery episode yet. And I'm saying that with full confidence. Oh my God.
But that doesn't set the bar very high, though, all things considered.
They dug themselves so deep that they better make like every single episode from now on better be that damn good to even get them back at ground level. Okay, because they're so damn deep. But for the first time, it's like they're actually looking out of the grave for the very first time.
Wow.
I did enjoy today's episode. I couldn't believe it.
Well,
see, Mr. Londell, that's like huge because he knows I will be the first person to drop a shit bomb on CBS and Trek. Don't get me started on Picard. Don't get me started.
Oh my God! Oh my God! I just like to forget that show ever happened.
Exactly.
When it comes to Picard, I just
what?
It's like it started off. They kind of had the idea of something good at the beginning, and then they just sort of pissed away any goodwill that they may have had. So,
yeah, when Picard has to spell his own name to Starfleet Command, and when I heard an android say "my mind to your mind," check please, I'm out.
Oh my God! On the board. And let's not even talk about the blasphemous ending that made no sense, was completely illogical, and frankly, there were so many ways that they could have made that ending palatable that I don't know. I guess they expect Patrick Stewart to live forever. I guess that's what they're banking on. They think he's going to be able to carry a series for about 4 or 5 seasons, maybe. Who knows?
Did he
or they want us? Or they want us having abortion pizza?
Yeah, I don't know. Ridiculous.
No, that abortion pizza. What were you thinking?
Abortion. Oh,
I call it abortion pizza because the damn thing looked like an aborted fetus on the pizza. The unicorn bunny pizza that Riker was
okay,
making.
yeah.
Oh my god!
Dave, you looked at the pizza, it looked like a freaking aborted fetus on the damn pizza. That's why I call it that. Sorry, no offense to anybody.
They should just have. They should just have.
You're fine, man.
You just do a bunch of episodes with next season. Just do a bunch of episodes with Riker having dinner parties. I guess that would be a little more.
Oh my god, mind bleach.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you leave Alex Kurtzman in charge of everything all the time. It's just
You know what though? I think it was the fault Trek getting this bad, guys. Look up the who was it? The CEO of CBS, the guy who got kicked out.
oh yeah,
because of
Les
infidelity.
Moonves. Yeah,
Yes, I think
That
it was
guy.
him.
yeah.
He is like, if you want to go back in time and know how to make Trek good, go back and get him fired earlier.
Wipe him out early.
Wipe him out early, okay? Because he is the bar. He's the reason why we have this Trek. Because the last thing he did before he got expunged because of infidelity or whatever the hell he was doing naughty, was to give Trek. He didn't care. He just gave Trek away to some production company. What are they called? What's that company called?
The Secret Hideout, the J.J.
Secret
Abrams,
Hideout.
the J.J. Abrams the J.J. Abrams like
It's his fault.
sub directory.
Bad
Yeah.
robot.
Yeah, terrible. Oh boy.
Well, here's the truly crazy thing. I am not a professional writer by no stretch of the imagination whatsoever. But back a couple months ago, this is something that has been rattling around my head. I hated, for multiple reasons, but for one in particular, I hated the end of Rise of Skywalker. And it was because Rey took the Skywalker last name.
Just
And everybody's
the end of
and
it?
every huh?
You only hated just the end?
I hated the entire movie. I did like a 2.5 hour stream review the night after me and the missus and some friends of ours went and saw it. But the thing that I hated was the fact that she took the Skywalker last name, and everybody was like, "Oh, it's fine. She spent time with the family. It's fine." I'm like, one, no, it's not fine. Two, here's why it's not fine. And three, it's an insult to people who have actually been adopted by families, which I am one. I am an adoptee. Most people know this. I'm not going to rehash the story. And it had been sitting there in the back of my head, and I thought to myself, okay, I can either do one of two things with this situation. I can either go online, I can go on my channel and tell everybody why I dislike this. Or two, I can do something constructive with this. So I decided to do something constructive, and I'm working on, hopefully next week, I will release part 4 of my fan fiction. And the end goal is to make a better ending than what we got in Rise of Skywalker. I know I have taken on a seemingly Herculean task, being Hercules was referenced in this movie that we just got done watching.
Mm-hmm.
But I love Star Wars that much. I care about it that much that I want to try and take this abomination called the sequel trilogy and pry something out of it of value. I'm having to go ahead, Mr. Landau.
Here's the main problem with that. In order to fix Rise of Skywalker, you first have to fix Last Jedi.
Well, and I have done that in more ways than one.
And before you fix Last Jedi, you have to fix the first one.
Well, I've kind of ignored the first one in certain aspects. Okay, just to give you all the short version. One, I have given Snoke a backstory. He has an origin that ties to Clone Wars. You want to know what that is? You're going to have to go back and watch it. I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
2, Luke is not dead.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I know this is going to be a great. I know this is good, and I say this because I say this with love, and I say this even though he is my friend. I know this might be considered an affront to our friend Enosh, but I'm sorry. That character in Last Jedi was not Rise of Skywalker. That was not in Last Jedi. That was not a natural evolution. Luke Skywalker, no, he was not some great paragon. Yes, he was flawed. Yes, he was imperfect. Yes, he screwed up. I acknowledge all of those things. But if you're going to tell me that Luke Skywalker is going to turn into a quitter, defeatist,
old curmudgeon.
No. I've got something worse than that. He's going to turn into a bitter, hateful, defeated, nephew murdering loser. No. Luke Skywalker went from one, and I'm not looking at this with rose-colored glasses, as some people might argue.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Skywalker was not perfect in the original trilogy. He was flawed. He was imperfect. He made mistakes. He screwed up.
Yeah.
But
It's
yes,
part of the
he ran off half-cocked to face Vader in Empire. But he did not turn his back on his family and his friends. That's what he did. And yes, everybody's going to say, but he came back. And he
wouldn't have done it in the first place. Yeah, I agree with that. Although
Go ahead,
I don't
Tim.
agree with the part where, okay, the problem with him going recluse and going out on his own and being a hermit and being grumpy and being a grumpy, frumpy old man out in the middle of nowhere. The problem is they didn't give us a good reason for it.
No.
And the reason they gave us is something that he would never have done.
Yeah.
And that's the part that pisses me off.
Well, now,
right? It goes against every aspect of the character. You were dealing with a completely different Luke Skywalker from the one that we got in the original trilogy. It makes no sense that he would go from that to that reclusive character that he played in The Last Jedi. It's almost like they expected us to believe that over time that's what he would have turned into without giving us any context or any reason to believe in that version of the character. So, yeah, exactly. I mean, if you want us to believe that that's what Luke became, your reasons better be good. You better give us some context. You better have us believing that Kylo Ren, killed Luke's pregnant wife. You've got to give us some really big. You got to give us some really big reasons for turning the most optimistic character in Star Wars canon into the most depressed, defeated, and frumpy. You can't do that. It would almost be like taking Batman and suddenly making him a happy-go-lucky character where he cracks jokes all the time and is the comic relief for the Justice League. It just doesn't work. It doesn't make sense, and it defies the reality of the character. Yeah. So so that's my biggest issue with The Last Jedi. It doesn't provide enough evidence for what we're supposed to believe in.
There is no evidence for it. And what I would have loved to, thinking back on these last three movies, what I would have loved to probably seen them do, one, I would love to have see them lead up to a situation where Luke is facing off with Kylo Ren, and maybe even Leia is there, and they confront Kylo because Kylo does not know his heritage. I'm your uncle. This is your mother. Think about that.
Yeah.
they're both good people, and he has been lied to by Snoke or somebody
Yeah.
his entire life because some kind of way they stole him as a child, and
Yeah.
they are trying to turn him because they know there's a potential for good.
Yeah, that's all you have. That's all they had to do was justify it.
Yeah,
Justify your reasoning so that the audience isn't sitting there scratching their head and saying, why did you totally deconstruct the character of Luke Skywalker? Why didn't you provide? It's almost like there should have been a whole other movie before The Last Jedi to build up to what Luke Skywalker became, because as far as we know, coming into it, if you look at the Luke Skywalker at the end of Force Awakens, you're looking at the Luke Skywalker from the original trilogy, just aged
Older.
30 years. He looked exactly the same. He looked like that Luke, and you're looking at it, and then when they come back in the Last Jedi, it's like they aged him, they made him angry, they made him they defeated him, they totally took away everything that fundamentally made Luke Skywalker Luke Skywalker.
Bad.
Yeah, he looked horrible.
And that's the problem. You know, they gave a check to a guy who his career hasn't been bad, but he didn't have the chops to really make this thing what it should have been. I'm sorry, Ryan Johnson is not Irvin Kershner.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean, Ryan Johnson was like this. He basically said, I'm going to make them kind of the movie that I want to make. The hell with canon, the hell with the fans, the hell with the characters. I'm going to tell a story that I want with a Star Wars skin on it, and you're just going to have to accept it. That's the way that I look at that movie, because it's like all of the characters act so outside of what they were established to be. That when you look at it's even Yoda, I didn't think it was possible to ruin Master Yoda, but they somehow figured out a way. I was just like, are you kidding me?
The problem is it's not just that. Ryan Johnson, and he's pretty much admitted this now on Twitter, that he literally wanted to split the fandom in half.
Yeah.
I mean,
because he said it's all about subverting expectations.
There was a video of him saying it before he was even a director of anything real. This was back when, I think before he even did Looper. There was like a college vid of him where he's saying, like, I want to make a movie where half the people hate it, half the people love it. That's the kind of a perfect movie. Now, then he gets a chance with Star Wars, and then after he makes it, he literally goes on Twitter and says, "Yeah, well, and he's admitted he never liked Star Wars. He never wanted. He never. That
should be a freaking crime. That should be a crime.
Yeah,
it should be. Well, if you want to do that, I have nothing against that. If you want to do that, that's fine. Don't do it with Star Wars. Call it something else.
Well, no, if he wanted to do a Star Wars movie in that vein, leave those major characters alone. Create your own characters and your own story in that universe.
Well, initially, he was, if you remember, before I believe it was before Last Jedi was even announced, they had announced that Ryan Johnson was going to get his own Star Wars trilogy. So he was going to have a chance to do a trilogy where he just basically built up a bunch of characters just to destroy him. So they were going to give him what he wanted. But the thing was, Last Jedi, I don't know how Last Jedi got passed the smell test when it came to the script. I don't know how I don't know how they were even. They looked at this. The people that were in charge looked at this and said, "Ryan, you've got a hit on your hands." When they should have looked at him and said, "You've got a divisive goose egg on your hands here."
I think
you're gonna have more people. You're going to have more people arguing about this movie than the people who were arguing about Batman v Superman. You need to go back and do something different, because We do not want Star Wars fandom to be any more fractured than it already is. But instead, they doubled down. I don't get it.
It's called Kathleen Kennedy.
Yes.
Well,
That's what caused it.
You know,
Right, because Kathleen Kennedy shares the same political views as Rian Johnson, and that's why he was allowed to have carte blanche and make whatever the hell he wanted to make. That's what it was.
There was a little bit. I think the reason that Kathleen Kennedy went this route is there. Remember the hate and vitriol on the prequels back in the day.
Unfortunately, yes, I was part of that, and I'm ashamed to say
I do too, and I think they did as well. And when Kathleen Kennedy got the reins, I think this was her big caveat to give the middle finger to the fans and say, okay, you guys didn't like the prequels, well, look what I'm going to do. So she decided to make a trilogy. We're not going to have a plan. We're not going to have a thing. I'm just going to give this movie to this director, this movie to this director, this movie to this director, and let's just see what happens. They're going to eat it up because they're Star Wars fans, and if they don't, well, it's going to be their fault that we don't like.
Yeah, at one point they even had J.J. Abrams out there making comments on social media in an interview saying things like, well, if you don't like The Last Jedi, you're just against females or just against female empowerment. It's like, what are you smoking? What are you talking about? This movie is horrible. It has nothing to do with your political ideologies or your empowerment for this or whatever movement you're believing in. This movie sucks. It's divisive garbage. It's not even a good movie. At least Batman v Superman is a good, movie that makes you think.
Yeah.
The Last Jedi doesn't make you think. The Last Jedi doesn't do anything but make you question your love for Star Wars. It's ridiculous.
Why do you keep saying Martha?
At least the prequels had a plan behind them.
yes.
You could follow. They may have been bad movies, but you watch the first one because what happens in the first one, you kind of want to see the second one, and because of the second one, you definitely want to see the third one because now this is how Anakin ended up being.
And the thing is, I mean, despite the fact that they weren't the greatest movies, when they were coming out, I wasn't one of those haters. I didn't care. I didn't care about Jar Jar Binks. I'm like, oh, it's a goofy, weird alien. He's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Whatever. Big deal. I don't care. There's plenty of annoying, weird aliens in Star Wars everywhere. I mean, I could probably list a couple from A New Hope, maybe one or two from Empire Strikes Back. There's definitely some in Return of the Jedi. Who cares? That's part of Star Wars. The God.
Well,
I mean, the worst part about the prequels was, I think, Attack of the Clones. The love scene dialogue, and the Phantom Menace, where Anakin Skywalker is 11 years old and Padme is 14.
Tim, I got to tell you this, man. Though I got to tell you this: watching the sequel, watching what the sequel trilogy became, made me love the prequels. Made me go back and rewatch the prequels and love the prequels to the point where I said to myself again, I'm like, at least George Lucas did something different with the material each time, and he didn't have to reinvent the wheel to do it. Rian Johnson's sole purpose with The Last Jedi was to basically be divisive and to try and reinvent the wheel and turn Star Wars upside down. That's not what you do with a franchise with Star Wars. With Star Wars, you have a certain blueprint that you can follow, and you can do anything you want within that blueprint. But once you start destroying the fundamentals of what makes Star Wars, that's when you start to lose everybody. So for me, the prequels are night and day in comparison to the sequel trilogy. I would say that at this point, the sequel trilogy makes the prequels look as good as the original films.
Yeah.
Well, you know, and that kind of brings me. I'm sorry, Miss Lundell. I'll let you go here in just a second. I want to get this out, which kind of brings me to the crux of why I'm writing this fan fiction and why I'm going to be launching why I'm launching this initiative, which is part of this fan fiction. We are at a point where the fandom is split. I don't want to see this fandom split. I hate the fact that this fandom that I have been a part of the majority of my life, a fandom that my father, who's no longer with us, hasn't been with me since 1984, brought me into. And I'm sorry if I get emotional here. I'm human. Forgive me. I'll be coming up on, let's see, 84. It'll be a little over 20 years or more since he passed. And the last movie we saw as a family was Return of the Jedi. I've told this story before. I'm sorry. Don't mean to repeat myself. I have 2 missions in my life. 3, maybe. 1 is to become an ordained pastor. And 2 is to see this fandom, to see the Star Wars fandom be healed. I am as passionate about this as I am my faith. Because Star Wars critics and everybody says, oh, it's just a story about space wizards with laser swords. It is more than that. And if that's all you can reduce it down to, then you are missing the point of this universe. This is the brainchild of a man who has more imagination and talent than the majority of creatives in Hollywood or the entertainment industry does today.
True. Very true.
The Star Wars fandom needs to be healed. The Star Wars fandom should be healed. There should be no division in it. This argument over which is better, the prequels, the sequels, or the originals, or whether we regard the sequel trilogy as canon. If you want to call it canon, okay, fine. If you don't, you have that freedom to do so. If you don't like what Disney has done in decanonizing the expanded universe and just calls it Legends now, okay, that's fine too. Or if you like Legends, if you like the stuff that Disney has put out aside from the movies,
not to cut you off or anything, Ambassador, but did you see the report? And I just wanted to ask you this before I forgot. Did you see the report where one of the Legends writers is suing Disney for royalties now?
I have heard about that.
That's incredible. I
hope it's the guy that wrote Dark Empire.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh
yeah,
yeah,
I've heard about
Dark
that.
Empire. Dark Empire. They basically mined Dark Empire, took everything that was
I know
that was good, that was bad about Dark Empire, and put it into that movie. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, and I will admit,
Germs, Emperor cloning himself, all of that. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You know what? And for me, Dark Empire was one of the big chunks of the EU that I latched onto that I loved. Do I understand?
Oh yeah, I love Dark Empire. I wish they would have left it.
Do I understand that it kind of conflicts with the cinematic canon? Of course I do. But you know what? That doesn't diminish my appreciation and my love of it. I love the art style. I know some people say the art style is crap. I disagree.
Well,
some people say,
but it's not bad.
No, it's not
bad at all. It's a unique. You know what? It's a uniquely artistic book. I will give it that. And I do, and I don't really think that it goes against the film canon either. I think Dark Empire is a good example of how they could have did that story that they decided to tell in what was it, Rise of Skywalker. I mean, they really could have. I mean, Dark Empire was actually it was a pretty well written story, and it came out at a time when we as Star Wars fans, we didn't have anything new cinematically to look upon. So this was telling, and not only is Dark Empire a great story, but it actually ties directly in with a lot of stuff that George Lucas himself had talked about, that he had envisioned for the characters in the future. So to me, I thought Dark Empire was very well done, and I wish that if Rise of Skywalker was going to mine Dark Empire for ideas, they would have used more of that storyline and did it on a much more faithful scale. Because I think what my problem is, if you're going to take stuff from the EU and then you're not going to do it right, don't use it at all, because ultimately you have one of the things, and I just want to touch on, Ambassador, you're saying about how it's how it's one of your main goals to unite the fandom, that you don't want to see the division in the Star Wars fandom. I think the Mandalorian is a good start, and I'll just stop there, because I think that's I think that's a good example of trying, of attempting to do what you are suggesting.
Yeah, Dave Filoni has done a fantastic job reinserting the expanded universe into what is considered canon Star Wars, and I think I think he's probably the biggest blessing we have right now. Even though his views outside of Star Wars sometimes twist a little bit the wrong way, but he doesn't let it interfere with his creativity in Star Wars. And that's what I think is cool. He's willing to make good shows that people are going to enjoy.
Yes. People that I like, people that I respect, people that I talk to, that I stream with on a regular basis, they hate what Dave Filoni has done with Clone Wars and Rebels and with the Mandalorian.
And wow, I've never met anybody that I don't think I've ever really talked to anybody that has bad things to say about the Mandalorian. Hell, even Doomcock compliments the Mandalorian. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah. But and here's the thing, getting back to my point. I hate, I grew up an only child. So for me too. My friends I have grown up with, they are my extended family. They are my extended brothers and sisters. And I know we're all going to butt heads, but here's the thing. It might be one small step, but I want to see this fandom healed, as I have put the hashtag on my Twitter, and I'm putting on everything that I put out. Heal the Force. That is my expression of healing the Star Wars fandom.
I don't expect one problem with that. I respect your thought process here. There's only one problem with that. There are too many people out there that are trying to deliberately destroy it. And it goes not just from the director's room or the actor's room or Hollywood. It goes right down to tabloid media. It goes down to the Anita Sarkeesians out there. She
can go screw herself.
Hey guys,
it's just
LDG. If you gotta go, but it's fine.
I'm sorry. I do have someone requesting me right now.
No, LDG, you're fine.
Last comment. And
go ahead.
This goes for everything. Even the stuff that I'm fighting for, even with Project Prometheus. You're not only fighting the evil, but you're fighting the good. The evil of brainwashed. You got people out there who actually think the new Star Wars is actually good, and they're against you right now. They're against you, and you're right, and you're a champion for the good, and you're trying to make it good for everybody. But yet you're not just fighting the people who are hating, or the people who are getting paid to hate, or the people who are making the hate. You're fighting the good people who believe the hate, like innocently. They've been brainwashed. They're young, whatever, millenniums, whatever the hell you want to call it. They actually think this stuff is actually good. Now, most of them will get transmuted just by looking at the old stuff, but a lot of them won't. A lot of them, they, in their mind, they think it's all one big pile of spaghetti and it's all good. So it's an uphill battle trying to do this, and it really takes somebody to shine really, really bright in order to go through the darkness that you're talking about. But on that note, guys, listen, I have someone calling me. I have to rock and roll.
Go do your
thanks
thing,
for having
man.
me on. Anytime, brothers. Guys, thank you so much, everybody. Love you.
Peace.
Take care. LDG.
Take
out.
care.
Yeah,
Peace,
have a
brother.
good one.
Peace, brother.
The only issue I have with what LDG said was this vocal minority he's talking about.
That vocal minority can be drowned out. And here's the thing. I only have one criticism of what LDG said. And this is something that I'm trying to work towards myself. If you like the sequels, you are entitled to have that opinion. If you see something in it that someone like me doesn't, you know what? That does not diminish your position or your part of this fandom. You know, I have done I don't know how many videos on just talking about the concept of fandom and talking about fandoms operating in the online space or the virtual space. And the biggest thing, and LDG, he hit on something, and he's not wrong. The biggest thing we're fighting against are these people who are out for the almighty dollar. Now, I'm not saying if you come to YouTube and you want to get monetized and you want to make money, you know what? I have absolutely no beef with that. Hell, I would love to be able, even if I just hit 1,000, I don't care. And if I never do, okay, that's fine too. But these people who come here just to hate on stuff and make money on it, when I don't believe, and so I may catch some flack for this. I've already caught flack for some of the things I've said in terms of this whole matter, and I don't care. If all you're doing is coming here and creating a bunch of controversy to make an almighty dollar, and you're being disingenuous about it, if you're not being authentic, you can be authentic about the things that you detest. And then you can be inauthentic, or you can be fake about it just to get clicks. I'm sorry. That to me is a lack of integrity, it's a lack of a moral center, and it's a lack of character. Now, I am not anybody's moral authority or moral judge. I just have my morals that I live by myself. But the biggest thing the biggest thing is for this fandom to heal, that I am a part of, and a lot of other people are as well. We're going to have to, as diplomatically as possible, we're going to have to get in the face of some of these people online and say, look, you want to do, if all you want to do is cause division, then go elsewhere and do it. If all you want to do is cause perpetual division just so you can make a buck, I'm sorry, that's low. It is. I'm sorry, it's low. It's pandering to the lowest common denominator. And I find it detestable. I guess I was just raised with more morals than others, or maybe I was just I'm more expressive about my position. I don't know. But I just, the main thing for me is to see this fandom healed. And if it takes me 10 years or however long, and if I'm the only person who's willing to speak out about this, then you know what, fine. Then I'm the only one who does.
So,
but I'm going to spend my time.
Sorry, I thought you were done.
No, go ahead, Tim. No, Tim, it's fine. Go ahead.
I watched a video just the other day by Ethan Van Sciver talking about the voice actor and Mark Hamill and the voice actor thing on Twitter. I forget the voice actor's name.
You're talking about the guy with the parlor
account?
That
did Obi-Wan Kenobi on Clone Wars.
I know who you're talking about. I just can't think of his name. Go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, he had made a Parlor account, and
Yeah.
Mark Hamill jumped his shit about making a Parlor account, and people were making James Arnold Taylor, that's his name.
Yeah.
So people were jumping his crap about it, about the Parlor account, and then Mark Hamill steps in and basically gets all these people riled up and start attacking him. Mark Hamill did this, and it's like, this is the guy that we revere as Luke Skywalker. This is the guy that got wronged by Rian Johnson. I suggest watching Ethan's video. I think I linked it, didn't I? I was ready to link it. There it is. There, I'll link it there, so you guys can watch it at your leisure. Ethan has some very interesting commentary. I like watching him because
I used to watch.
Book artists.
Yeah, I used to watch him. I haven't watched him in a while though. Go ahead, Tim. Please.
I like him just because he's one of the comic book artists that got wronged by the industry, and I support him. I get his I do his Indiegogo campaigns. It's one of the few ones that I actually donate to. So I'm going to be getting his next Cyberfrog book and some of his merchandise. But yeah, I really like his stuff though, and he really has a good inside view on how the comic book industry works. And he loves Star Wars, and he pays a lot of attention to what goes on in Star Wars. So, but yeah, he had an interesting take on that.
I just want to know, this was the 300 watch party. How did this turn into a Star Wars conversation? I've completely lost track. You know, like
this is the
well, I got to talking about my fan fiction. It got us off on a rabbit trail, unfortunately, because I was going to just give a brief synopsis, and then Mr. Lundell chimed in, and you chimed in, and LDG chimed in.
Well, you know what? I've had a good time. This has been great, guys. Thank you so much for having me, but I got to get going. So thank you so much, Ambassador. This was fun, man.
Before you, I know I put your link and everything in the chat, and everybody who watches this on the replay, go subscribe to Mr. Lundell and Zod Rider and LGG and everything. They are worth your time. They're absolutely worth your time. Zod, do you have anything coming up that you want to plug before you bounce?
Oh well, this coming Sunday. I don't know if you guys are into video games, but I'm on the hashtag PlayStation Plus podcast with Mad Max and Mad Matt, and we do that show on Sundays. And a lot of the conversation right now is, of course, surrounding next generation consoles. So if you're into that kind of thing, just check that out. So good. I'll be talking to you guys later. Thank you so much. This has been great, man.
All right, Zod, you have a good night, man.
Take care, guys.
You too. Peace, bud. Mr. Lundell, what about you? Have you got anything coming up that you want to plug before we close out?
Well, see, I have tomorrow 11 a.m. groovy movie.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, I think I will probably do an evening one, so I can chat with the people. And right now I'm leaning toward for next Friday, since it'll be my day off from work.
Wish it was my day off.
I'm leaning toward at least one live action riff, maybe two, if I can find the movies.
Excellent.
So
right on, man. Okay.
But Thanksgiving, I don't think I'm going to do anything.
No, I'm not doing anything either. Yeah. I'm going to eat turkey and pumpkin pie and going to take a big old food coma nap. So
turkey, turducken.
Hey, it all works.
Yeah.
It all works, man. It all works. Well, folks, for those of you that are still here, and I appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight and everything for the watch party and this little confab after. Y'all and everything, I hope y'all enjoyed it. I know I went a little bit of a tangent and everything, but I appreciate y'all hearing me out.
No, that
was great.
That was great.
This was a fun stream. Now, as I've mentioned before, tomorrow is going to be a stream heavy day for me. I've got 3 streams coming up. sometime in the morning, I'm thinking around 11 or 12, I'm going to do either just a review or a watch party for the next episode of The Mandalorian. I will put that link out. I'll put that together here in a little bit, and I'll put that link out and everything so everybody can tune in for that. Like I said, it'll either be just a review or it'll be a watch party and everything. If I can get a hold of LDG and see if he can put that together for me on the fly. If he can't, that's okay. I'll just do a review. I might just do a live stream review of it. And then tomorrow at 2:30 Central Time, I'll be back with the Council of Ones. We'll be reviewing Babylon 5 Season 2. They're All Honor Lies. And then tomorrow night over on Orange Hat Reviews channel, going to be doing his versus stream and everything. We're going to be talking about, like I said earlier, who wins a fight between the two Hellions, Spawn or Hellboy. So be sure to tune in for Orange. Yes, Tim, we get it. Anyways, but folks, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. If you catch us on the replay, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you enjoyed what we talked about. If you, as always, if you liked what we did, if you liked the stream, hit that subscribe, hit that like button, share this out. And if you have not become a part of this community, if you have not become a part of this channel, hit that subscribe button. Because I've got a lot of stuff coming up. I'm going to be continuing my Star Wars fan fiction. Got a lot of stuff coming up for next month. Of course, next week, next Friday night, 7 p.m. Going to be starting my 12-hour stream, celebrating 1 year on YouTube and everything. Got a lot of fun stuff planned. Going to be doing a couple watch parties. Going to be doing some karaoke. And we'll see where the rest of the night takes us from there. So that all being said, folks, you all have a great night wherever you're at.
All right.
And until next time, this is the Ambassadors signing off.
I have always been